words said in the aftermath are just too confusing. Now I spend my days watching you throw stones at someone who's already dead. And if this is the way we all begin, then how can I ask for any more? And if you've already wasted all these years, then what do you need me for? What do you need me for?
I'm Tim Mooney with the Timothy Mooney Repertory Theater. My show is Breakneck Twelfth Night, in which I perform all of Twelfth Night as a one-man show in the course of just 1 hour. Barker Dance Center. I've got 2 shows left tomorrow. That would be Friday at 5:30 p.m. and Saturday at 4 o'clock p.m.
All right, my name is Brad Lawrence. The show is called The Big Secret, and it is about a secret I kept for 35 years for a friend in my evangelical Pentecostal youth group when we were teenagers, and how finally revealing the secret made me realize that you can't keep a truth a secret. It becomes something different than the truth. Keeping something a secret, keeping something masked in shame, warps the truth and makes it something completely other. It's at the Rarig Arena Theater, the Kilburn Arena. I have 2. I have one tomorrow night, Friday at 8:30, and one on Sunday, I believe at 7.
And were you in the Green Bay Fringe show?
I was in the Green Bay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
talked to some people who saw you there, and they
Oh, great.
recommended the show.
Hi, we're here at Open Eye Theater to see a show. And Rob, how many shows have you seen so far?
I have seen 30.
Wow, that's way more than me. I've seen 21. What have been some of your favorites so far?
So far, I don't want to talk about the ones that everybody's talking about. Like, obviously, Joan of Arc for Teen Queen USA is fantastic. Definitely see that, but you're going to anyway. So I want to highlight a few that I really liked, but maybe they're not on everyone's radar. So Boxcar Harmonica is one. And it's a two-hander with Jeremy Moats, rhymes with boats, and a traveling artist, Martin Dockery. Now, Moats isn't very good in it, but Dockery is incredible. In fact, there's a couple of times where he picks up a guitar, and I don't know if he's a blues guitarist or not by training, but it's really good. Those are the moments that just like make the show going. And Moats is fine, but it's one of those shows where like one of these performers really outshines the other. But it's so worth going to just for Dockery. The other one, another one is Jewelry Power Elite, which is Lauren Anderson's first solo show, which is kind of surprising because she's been around forever. But I have zero interest in jewelry.
I love jewelry.
I couldn't care less about jewelry. In fact, I'm not even aware if you're wearing any jewelry.
In honor of Lauren, I've got my bracelets.
But this show, I loved it because she relates to jewelry to her life and her personal story and her relationships. And it's a really, really funny show, but also really touching at times. So that is one, if it's not on your radar. That has one show left on Sunday, I know. So get to that. Boxcar Harmonica has 2 shows left. And the last one I want to talk about is Clown Funeral, which maybe is on people's radar because it's very, very funny. But it's one of the performers, Levi Weinhagen, is also in the Gentlemen's Pratfall Club. And he's in 2 great shows. And he's a very funny guy. In fact, everybody involved with Clown Funeral is hilarious. And that might be, other than Rec League, the single show I've laughed the most at.
Oh, I really love Jack Donkey's production of 503. Unfortunately, they had to cancel a few shows because of illness, but I think they're back with 2 shows this weekend, so you should check that out. It's based on a dystopian novel by a Russian author, um, written and performed by Jeffrey Nolan with Hawk and Paul, doing some music and maybe playing a little character at the end. But it's really well done, really thoughtfully constructed, and kind of scary too. Also, the very first show I saw was the Winding Sheet outfit, The Spirit Moves You to Color the Unseen. I think they only have one show left, but their work is always like really lovely and beautiful and highlights someone from history that we don't know about. So it's an artist named Hilma af Klintz, and she was a spiritualist and an artist, and maybe sort of the first abstract artist before Kandinsky. So that's really beautiful if you want to check that out. Also, an unfortunately always relevant and timely show is the Abortion Chronicles, which was curated by Ariel Pinkerton, who's a great storyteller, and she's collected a bunch of true, real stories, some performed by the people who lived them, some performed by actors. I honestly couldn't tell who was who. Like they all felt really real and beautiful. And she's done the show a few times before, but most of the stories are new this time. So if you've seen the show before, there unfortunately are more abortion stories to tell, and we need to hear them. So those are some shows to think about.
And I agree with The Winding Sheet and Abortion Chronicles. I've seen both of those. I am kicking myself for not being at 503 the opening night, because the writer and star of it, Jeffrey Nolan, is one of my favorite performers right now. And I hope to God he's well enough to perform on Friday, because that's when I'm scheduled to see it. That show is going to be down 2 performances, so if you're interested, which you should be, you should probably make reservations, because 2 audiences missed out, and they may be trying to fill it in. All right, thanks, Jill.
Thank you. Let's go see some shows.
All right.
Cutter harmonica was really good. I also enjoyed Wiki. Wiki was really brilliant. I loved that one. It's just what's really wonderful about it is the interaction with the audience and how spontaneous it all feels, and yet completely planned out. So it's really just a fun thing to go through.
I really enjoyed the Moth Project at Red Eye. It's kind of this audio-visual immersive experience, kind of fusion of storytelling and music and visuals and videography. I don't know, there's a lot rolled into it, and you talk about things that are fringy. It's really out there and quite the experience. Everybody's loved Breach. How do you not recommend that? Though I did go back to see Fangs and Bangs and Sangs a second time because I just couldn't not see that again.
The ones that really stand out, first and foremost, Song Without Words, the Mendelssohn play. I'm sure you've heard that a dozen times at this point. I'm trying to think like because you will have heard of Song Without Words, you'll have heard of the Wiki, you'll have heard great things about The Spirit Moves. But there's so many great shows. Go see them all. And those 3 are amazing. They deserve all the hype. They are fantastic.
So, Taylor, is this your first Minnesota Fringe show?
It is my first Fringe show, yes.
And what did you see?
Grief. That's what's for dinner.
And why did you come to this one?
I came to this one because one of my dear coworkers stars in it, and it was fabulous. It was amazing to see her. It was great.
Is it what you expected?
You know, it's not really what I expected. It was much better than what I expected. It was a show about some hard topics, some hard things, but they found ways to shine some light on it and just talk about hard things and how people deal with it, I think.
But with a lot of humor.
Oh yeah, it was really funny. It was in the appropriate spots, you know. It was a great mix of dark topics and funniness and lightness too.
So now that you've been to a Minnesota Fringe Festival show, do you think you'll come back for some more?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to see some more. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. New audiences, that's what we love.
So Rat Mass by a group out of Chicago opened last night on Wednesday, and it is the experience of the Fringe. Truly fantastic. I don't really want to spoil a whole lot, but the whole concept is that they have created a new religion called ratology, where we are ascribing to become more like the final evolved version of humans, which are, of course, rats, Rattus rattus, the species of the black rat. And so we learn different ways to participate in this religion. It's an incredibly interactive show. And if any of you have ever seen the classic game show, Let's Make a Deal, load up your purse with whatever. You'll thank me later.
Do I really have to go? Hard pressed to find a reason to brave the cold. So warm inside your cabin, give me just another moment. Wrapped inside the blanket of your body, the blanket of your body. Time to hit the open road. Loving arms await me, their domain knows me alone. Never a single question, 35 years full of holiday cheer, and still no invitation for my plus one. 'Cause it's all over but the shouting. Every soul needs light. Mine's been wasting away in the afternoon shade, out of sight. And I am not the pure and perfect one, but my branches are still bent toward